Well, the general elections may be 36 days, 15 hours, 59 minutes away, but preparations are going on in earnest. Political parties, the electoral umpire, one way or the other, continue to grab the headlines. Good evening. Welcome to Nigeria 2015. I'm Chamberlain Osa. Well, several comments still dot the polity about the sanctity of the March 28th date for the general elections, and the president today reassured everyone that nothing will stop the polls from going on as rescheduled. Well, reports of PVCs ending up in the wrong hands continue to make the round. How do we explain PVCs meant for Calabar found in Kebbi, for instance? Well, we'll talk about that in the course of the program in here today. But we'll also make our rounds today with some of our correspondents who will bring us up to speed with happenings at their location.
I'm Emmanuel Ere, reporting from Port Harcourt, the River State capital, to bring you up to speed with the fallout of events that took place in Okrika recently.
Who cares about the social media? Well, our web team are on hand, and they will provide platforms for you to air your views on the program today. You can tweet at us using the hashtag Nigeria 2015. Please use the Twitter handle you see on your screen. Well, if you have comments or questions, do send us an email, and that will be at nigeria2015@channelstv.com. Well, joining us tonight, Mr. Emmanuel Iroyinama, a member of the All Progressives Congress. And we'll go ahead and introduce the other guest in the course of the program today. Well, River State has been in the news for some wrong reasons, and it's mostly connected to politics. Let's take you through some information about River State now. Yes, indeed, created in 1967, they've got 23 local government areas in that state, and those 23 local governments all standing by actively to participate actively in the forthcoming elections, as a matter of fact. And then flip to the next one, having seen that there are 23 local governments in River State, well, you also get to see that the population of the state, as at 2005, that's what you have, 6,689,087. The population, as at the last, the 2005 figures, actually, that's what that shows there. Then, with respect to the permanent voter cards, the number of registered voters in River State is 2,537,590, but those who have been able to collect their permanent voter cards, you've got 1,923,139. Remember, INEC says they've got till the 8th of March for those who have not collected to go ahead and do that. So maybe this figure may just increase. Remember, River State recorded some impressive figures in the last elections. Who knows how that will pan out this time out. But then, having seen the figure of those who have collected their permanent voter cards, River State also records the highest figure of permanent voter cards that have been stolen. INEC's figure, 14,000 of those PVCs, they say, have been either snatched or carted away, but they are in the wrong hands as we speak in River State. And then if you go a little further, we'll also get to see some more information about River State, wherein the leading political parties in River State, there you go, the People's Democratic Party, the All Progressive Congress, and the Labour Party. But then, of course, you also have those who talk about certain other parties. But the thing about all of that is, it wasn't long ago in River State where campaigns went on, they were frenetic about the campaigns, but earlier, as a matter of fact, this happened on the 16th of January, and then where PDP were embarking on this campaign, but unidentified gunmen, reports had it, that campaign in Abua, Odua local government area, there were several gunshots, which was said to have lasted for about 45 minutes long. But then, thankfully, the campaigns went on. No one was reportedly hurt or killed at that time. But there were warning signs to people that, look, all may not be well. Security needed to do more. Political parties needed to speak to their supporters. Supporters, in turn, need to conduct themselves decently in the state to ensure that all went well. And the reason they adduced to that was that they also did sign some peace accord in Rivers State. Yes, the political parties came together. Look at them. 3 of them, and then the American ambassador was also there. And this happened on the 15th of January this year, wherein they came together, all smiles on their faces, to ensure that they wiped away the tears that violence could bring to the faces of those who embarked on it. But how or did this smile, or will those smiles eventually return to the faces of many people? Because not long after that, recently, which raises a lot of concern, another unfortunate incident played out in Rivers State, where several, at least a policeman was reportedly killed. Channels Television's member of staff was also Charles Okrika involved in this incident. And then initially, 3 explosions, and then afterwards, there were sporadic gunshots everywhere. It was coming in from almost every corner that you turn to, and that's part of the reasons why they wonder, all of that peace accord that they signed, is it making any impact? Do we have a report on this one to just let people see what transpired? Let's take a look at it.
The governorship candidates of the All Progressives Congress APC and the People's Democratic Party PDP in warm embrace at a recent peace parley in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, in a show of support for violence-free elections. But all that appears to have gone in flames, no thanks to the recent violence in Okrika that disrupted the APC rally, resulting in 1 death and many injured, including our senior correspondent, Charles Okrika.
Some of the attackers who have been looting the property of the people providing the public address systems now surrounded me and tried to take my phone away from me on the suspicion that I was actually calling reinforcements to come pick them up. So in the scuffle, I got stabbed in the neck.
The APC governorship candidate, Mr. Dakuku Peter's side, points accusing fingers at a PDP member of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Several eyewitnesses saw a member of the State House of Assembly accompanied by men in police uniform and several other non-uniformed armed men, numbering in excess of 50 around the venue. He was seen personally directing the shooting.
The man accused of masterminding the attack says he's innocent.
How can Dakuku, can he prove? Did he have the clip where I led the boys into the arena? Or is he trying to score a cheap political point? Or is he looking for a Okrika sympathy? I don't understand. How can I, at my person? I have not done that, and there's no way I would do such.
The police command in the state is also in the mix. The Commissioner of Police tells us that the culprits will not escape the arm of the law.
I want to assure the good people of this country that the police are resolute and determined to ensure that we will go into the root cause of what has happened. We will not fear anybody that is responsible for whatever, because the law does not respect anybody.
There are fears that there may be more trouble in the days ahead unless the political tension in the state is brought under control and steps taken to calm frayed nerves.
That's a quick look at the latest incident in Rivers State, and which we will be focusing on today. And by the way, we'll also be joined via Skype from Port Harcourt by Honorable Kelechi Nwugu, who is a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Let me go over now to Mr. Rainema and then start off the discussion today on this subject. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
This is an unfortunate incident which everyone, who's anyone, has condemned this. How do we explain what happened there?
Well, what happened, in my view, was a follow-up of already a planned action over time. If you recall, it started with mayor party registration when members of APC started their registration. We heard there was instruction from well, as usual, they call it a move that no other party should function in Okrika, should do anything in Okrika.
When was this?
This was about 7 months ago, just as APC was formed. The measure was formed, and a few of us that were in PDP then decided to move with our governor to APC. And so there was a blanket order that nobody, no other party should enter into the town. It was a serious issue. People's houses were burgled, and after that, we felt things, normalcy will have returned, went ahead. It came to issues of opening party office. That again took a whole lot of time. I do recall that there was a house very close to the First Lady's house. We had paid money, rented the place, only to be told that she had gone to threaten the person that they must not give us the place.
Did you verify this?
Very well. The person is her own sister, so it's not as if it's somebody else.
Her own sister said it was true.
Yes, because she gave her, we had given money, and she came back to say, Madam, say, if she does it, she was in problem. And we took the money back and allowed peace to reign. We sought somewhere else, and we continued what we were doing. You also remember the attack on our secretariat. Just after the attack, the first people that commented on it were persons from PDP, saying it is party members that will have burgled the place. And I begin to ask myself, which party members? How much of our party, internal party issues do they know? How much have they followed up our own internal party issues? As we are dying down with that, back to the real thing that has happened now. We came for campaign the first time. A very funny one, and sometimes when I sit back and look at it, I just told somebody, as I came into the studio, I'm very sure that this is actually an attempt to cover up the many lies they have told themselves.
Let me get to Honorable Kelechi Nwogu, who joins us via Skype from Port Harcourt to respond to this. How do you respond to what he has just said now?
Yes, thank you, Chamberlain. First of all, I don't think my friend here is telling you the truth, because I think I was happy when you played your last clips here. I want to remind my friend also that in Abua Odu and local government, because he has mentioned places that they have been attacked according to him, but in Abua Odu and local government, the APC also attacked the PDP rally there. In Element local government, the APC also do the same thing. In Okrika, they attempted to assassinate a House of Reps member, Bryant Gogo. As I speak to you now, they shot his driver dead. The police is aware of this incident, I'm telling you. Nobody has said anything about it, but all this was also done, orchestrated by APC members. A former councillor in Okrika was also killed. The man there is from Okrika. He knows what I'm talking about. So I can assure you that whatever what they are saying is just what they suspect or what they believe. I know the First Lady, and it is bad for someone, everything that happens in Okrika, you drag the First Lady inside it. These things I think we should condemn this act. And I tell my friend the truth, if you have a fact that the First Lady was there and asked somebody not to rent his own house, the person should come out to say this is what happened, not you to speak for that person. And I actually know that the First Lady, I know, cannot do such a thing.
All right, Mr. Rainama, having listened to all of this, because the import is this: if we go on with this, laying blames and accusations, are we going to get a solution to this matter?
There is a solution, and we've just told is the basic solution to this problem. I like what Nwogu is saying. He needs to understand certain things. It's not to stay out. Okrika is a peculiar place. We've had history of several issues, and before I get into the solution, I need to say certain things. The first day of these rallies, as it were, I was at the stadium myself.
This one at Okrika?
Yes, the first one, the one on 24th January. I was at the stadium myself. I do recall clearly that up till 2 o'clock, nothing happened. I live very close to the National Stadium. Just as we left, we saw them. It's not as we didn't see them. We saw some of them come around and they left. And the next thing we heard was detonation of dynamite. The next morning, they started looting. That same day, they went around houses, looted things, went to people's houses, burnt their things.
The same people you
The
said,
same set of persons.
you saw.
We saw clearly. The things were reported to the police.
Who were these people that you think you saw? Or that you say you saw?
They were all persons that dine and fraternize with the First Lady whenever she comes. The militants that we claim that had been given amnesty. The same set of persons. As at the first day, the PDP candidate for Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, slept in Okrika. He left Okrika to attend his own rally in Eleme, and nobody attacked him. He came purely for that.